Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. I just thought I'd show you this comic from 1996. It's called Pitt. It's made by Del Keown. It was about an alien that came to Earth. One of my first times reading this comic was in the 90s when he fought the Hulk. And this is Pitt number 1. Now, as far as the Hulk comic, that's when I remember it. I may be wrong, but let's quickly take a look at this book. He's considered one of the preeminent artists of his time. See, that's the gang. There's Pitt walking in, the gang decides to do something. You see these colors, you see these details, and this color saturation, and you can look at all the details and care that went into it, even on the hair, on their hands and the scars on Pitt's body. And you see what they're about to do. See over here, he is getting attacked by the gang, which he responds by growing claws and attacking the gang. Now you see the paper, you see how it's thin, it's very much like newspaper stock. That is exactly what it is. Comics, when they were good, told a story that even if you did not read the words, you can see what the story is. You can see he's angry, his fangs are showing. You see people. Doesn't even have to show a lot of blood. You know what's going on. And then a guy tries to shoot him, and there's like bikes and things flying all over the place. And you know, it's pretty incredible. You look at the detail. Now, let me switch books quickly. Now let's look at a modern book. A book called First Man. This is a retelling, 2020. I believe is when it first came out. It just was received recently. Look at these colors like I told you. Look how this picture is telling a story of this woman over here is staying out of the way. The much larger individual. He wants something the superhero has. And when you flip the cover, and you see that's by Adam Smith. He has been doing comics for decades. He's a very quality and able individual. You see how he's standing there. You see a rock or some kind of stone with the energy field just going through space, and then here's Earth. It lands on Earth. What's on the top? It's a superhero. What I like about this superhero tale is the guy did not start being a superhuman. He was not an amazing individual. A rock fell from the sky. He became a superhuman. Look at these clean lines. Look at the beauty of the book. Just like Pitt, you can tell a story without reading all the text. Now, you can see what's going on. I believe Adam Smith may have his campaign still going. They'll look at this amazing artwork and story. You can look him up on Adam Smith Twitter. But I wanted to show you something. Remember I said Pitt, which was an amazing comic? It was on a thin cover. Look how thick this cover is. See that noise? Look at these pages. This is not newspaper print. You look at the quality, compare the two. And as my first video 3 weeks ago before I lost internet, I'm using my phone, and you compare the books. Both are excellent books, and both are worth having. It's just when you make your own product, you can use whatever you want. And it's just like I'm making my own book. Here's a page from my book. This is the pens and inks. You look at her, she's doing a handstand on top of a tiger tank. And she's dealing with some bad guys. You look at these details. You look at these. This art tells a story just like the books, and if you love art, and you look at the cross-hatching, the details, the shadowing, you look at the art here, the covers and the colors talk about it. They tell you a tale. You look at the details. He went from a regular looking guy right here. As I get closer, look at that regular looking dude. Now look at him. It's two tales. You decide. Whereas with Pitt, he's always been an alien. He's still cool and awesome. I loved his comics. They were just a lot of fun. Now let's talk about another topic. As in, I just got this one in. It's called Monster MD, completely created by someone that had never done a comic themselves. You look at that amazing art. I'll be talking about this book later. But think about creativity. When you think about creativity and you think about the imagination and how people create things, there have been stories told since man has been writing. And you look upwards of anything from Shakespeare to Tolkien to Harry Potter. They're either more detailed, less detailed, but they always tell a story. A lot of them are bad. A lot of them are good. So when you look at stories, you look at it. If you look at my art that I showed, there's a story behind that. Why would this normal looking person jump on the back of a tank fighting people? But you see, that's part of the story. Why would this monster MD, why would he be treating monsters? Why would his hand look different? Why is his assistant covered in surgical tape? Think about those things. It's the same thing with First Man, or with Monster, or with Pitt. There's all number of things you can look at. Now, when you look at the creation of this customer movement, you see any number of books that come out, and I'll be talking about those books, as well as the creation of those books. And the style. Do you want to get something that has bad art? Well, some people do. I prefer to have quality, amazing art. I prefer to have art like this, where I look at First Man and I think, oh, that'd be amazing if a rock fell to the sky and helped you with all your issues, and then you decided to help people and try and save the world. Think about it. When you read your books, what would you prefer? What do you want? And oftentimes, that's where your creativity goes. I hope you guys have a great one. I thought I'd end on this. And enjoy your day. I enjoy doing these videos, even if it's by phone. I'm fixing that problem. Talk to you later.